Hello, my friends, and it's good to be with you here again. And I wanted to share my thoughts about some messages from the flow of the river. And we've talked before about the power of beliefs and how they create your reality. And I'd like to talk about one thing that comes from our beliefs that we may not even be aware of because it is so part of us. And what comes from beliefs, one of them is our perceptions. And I like to equate perceptions to wearing tinted glasses because just like tinted glasses, perceptions are how we see the world. And just like tinted glasses, depending on what color they are, could literally impact on how we view the world. So what's really important is just being aware that you have them on. So anybody who wears glasses or sunglasses, I know if you've ever been like me where I'm looking for them and I'm wearing the goofy things and then I have to laugh at myself. And so it is when you move and interact with the world. So what happens is when you don't even realize that you have the glasses of your perceptions on, how you behave with people, how you interpret things is completely through the filter through this lens. And for anybody who does photography, the same thing, the filter of the lens. But if you're not aware of it, you take that perception as actual reality. So if you find that you are very tired of, the way certain things are repeating, then one thing that you might want to do is stop, breathe, which is always a good thing, and see what glasses you're wearing that day. Are they dark? Well, if they're dark glasses, then everything you see is going to seem negative, toxic, defeating, draining. It's very much like you can have the brightest color room and it'll seem gloomy. You have a dark room and you can fall over things and say, no, I don't want those glasses. That's not a good pair of glasses to wear. It can be very toxic and very life-defeating. But then you get the other extreme of what they would call the rose-colored glasses. And that is where you can have what they call toxic positivity, where it's an artificial, everything's great all the time, no matter what. Oh yes, my car's on fire, awesome, I can make s'mores, even though you know that you need your car to make a living and drive to work and etc. So you look at that and say, well, where did that come from, that idea that everything has to seem perfect all the time? And say, I don't want those glasses either. So in reality, then the third set that I'd like to talk about that is common is the black and white set of glasses. And it's very much just as it sounds, where the world is black and white, where it's up or down, one extreme or the other extreme. And this creates a roller coaster effect in life that you really don't want. So with that, the option to take them off. So the first thing of selecting the colors of your perceptions is realizing, where did they come from? First is that you have them on, take them off. And with that, where did they come from? And then choose and select what color you would want to wear and say, well, Skyfire, what does that mean? So in other words, if you would like for the world to seem more, I'm going to say, realistically positive, or at least workable, then begin to put on the lenses of, I'm going to pay more attention and focus on how I can make things more practical. What is it that I'm actually have resources around me? The other thing could just be taking them off and saying, okay, this is the attitude, the color of the glasses I'd like to wear, and this is actual, reality, if you will. What is the gap in between them? And the reason why that's critical is because if you have a scene that is, say, reality situation is emotional, sometimes things are what they are, then the glasses that you might want to wear, imagine a color of calmness. For me, it would be that beautiful sky blue and putting it through there. and putting on those glasses, what this means is I'm not denying that the situation might be emotional or hectic. It just means that I'm choosing to interact with it from a space of as much calmness as I can create. So in reality, begin to think about, looking at the world as it is, being aware of the perception that you have. Is it the one that will serve you best? And I love colors, as you can tell, all around me. But the reason why that's so good is that if you think about color solicits feelings and energy. And say, well, okay, if I look to the world through those lenses, how would that change my actions and the choice of my words? And you begin to radiate that out, and that comes back to you in this way. The other thing I'd like to mention is that as you go forward and with other people, we're all wearing our colored glasses. And being aware that sometimes when somebody comes to you and they can be toxic or negative, and their glasses might be, black, and they don't see you. It's like the really dark sunglasses, like you're in a tunnel. And if that's the case, then realize that that's, what they are wearing. They may not choose to take those dark colored glasses off. But just because they see you that way doesn't mean that you are that way. That's why it's so important to keep in mind, what is actually happening, the reality versus the perception, whether it be you looking at someone or something, or they looking at you. And this is very valuable because at that point, you can begin to, at the very least, understand and appreciate where that other person is coming from. How they see the world, how do you see yours? And so with this in mind, what I would say to you, my friends, is take time, open your cabinet of glasses. See what colors you have. See what glasses to throw out. And maybe try on different colors, which means different moods, different energies. And just like for those of you who like photography, you can put different lenses or filters to see how it impacts the image. So it is our perceptions with life. And try looking at a relationship or situation, nature, anything. And try putting on different colored lenses, whether they be dark, light, again, different moods and energy levels in between. And you can begin to appreciate how that really impacts the undercurrent, because your perceptions, whether you're aware of them or not, create the undercurrent of stress, distress, relaxation, and peace it is one of the direct impacts of your mental health, your energetic being, and your spiritual welfare. It becomes that background that you're not even aware of until you begin to consciously to change them. So my dear friends, what I would say to you is that I would welcome you to think about, trying on, creating different lenses. Try them on. See how the world changes around you. And with that, my dear ones, I thank you so much for spending this time with me. So from my heart to yours, bright blessings, Wanishi, until we are together again.